There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode of Shop Talk, YouTube's finest appliance repair podcast. I am your humble host, Brother B, and tonight I got a special guest with me. I call this young man the Matrix. He's only 21 years old. 21 years old, ladies and gentlemen, but we're going to give him his respect and we're going to give him his proper introduction. For now, young brother Dre, let me just get some news off to this community. So, want to say thank you guys for Shop Talk. Be on the lookout for more episodes. Tonight we are semi-studio, still using old technology, so it's kind of a hybrid. We'll have it up next week for sure. Stay tuned for academics, websites coming out on that as far as class dates and prices. Merch. Thank you guys for buying merch. If you did, please go to my Instagram so I can promote you and give you your thanks. Go to my Instagram. That's TMM_appliance_repair. I love to thank you for showing the channel love. Also want to tell you guys, be on the lookout for Tech Talk. Got some other episodes coming out as far as technical information. Want to give a special thank you to DeFranco Consultation Services, LLC. Thank you for your wonderful donation. Want to give a special shout out to the other YouTube channels out there promoting quality appliance repair. My brother Mike check out his channel. The Brother Appliance Bootcamp, check out his channel. I think he got some classes coming out too. DC Appliance, he's doing this thing out there in DC. And Appliance Apprentice, this guy knows nothing about nothing, and that's exactly what he is, Appliance Apprentice. But he's taking you guys along that route. So thank you for my other comrades in the YouTube world. And with all of that news out the way, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shop Talk.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
1 second, brother Dre. I can't have you on here just talking just regular. I gotta let the world know exactly who you are. So, ladies and gentlemen, in Shop Talk, I try to find unique guests, that are into appliance repair. But tonight, I got a very special guest. This young brother is 21 years old. 21. And he's self-employed and owns his own company. But I'm not going to ruin his story. So for that, Brother Dre, introduce yourself to the world. Thank you for being on Shop Talk. Love, peace, and harmony.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Dre. Dre's Appliance Repair. I'm located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Like my brother said, I'm 21 years old, self-employed. Have my own business. Started appliance repair when I was about 10 years old. Back in Lake Charles, Louisiana, and that was my wife texting me. But Lake Charles, Louisiana. My great grandfather was my dad's mom husband. It wasn't his dad, but stepfather. But we still looked at him as a grandpa. So he had to use appliance shop, renting out his back house and things like that. And I was always right there at the elbow working on appliances.
At 10 years old?
At 10 years old.
Whoa. Brother Dre, I like to give things its proper, respect. Let me get this clear. So you're 10 years old, right? Yep. I'm out here in catch, two-hand touch, water guns, throwing balloons, all of the things 10 years old do. But appliances at 10?
Yep. That's where the money was. 10 years old.
But you were 10 years old. How you knew about money and all that?
Man, I grew up around money. At 10 years old, I wanted shoes, I wanted clothes, I wanted to go to little dances after school. You needed money to do that, right? So as a young age, my family taught me how to work, how to go get it. Nothing was handed to you. But that's how I knew about money. So I wasn't old enough to get a job. So my grandfather taught me how to work on appliances. He said he said you could go anywhere in the United States and never be jobless. He said all you need is a truck.
Smart man. That's a smart man.
He said
He
all
ain't
you need
never
is a
lied.
truck. You could drive around on trash days, pick up used appliances, broken appliances, bring it back to your house, fix them up, run an ad in a thrifty nickel back in the Gap. That's how we sold our appliances by word of mouth and through the thrifty nickel, the free paper that you could pick up in the store and things like that. But I was 10 years old, man, when I first started working on appliances.
Wow. Okay, so you're 10 years old. So you're 21 now. So when you first started, you kind of started like with Whirlpool duets,
Yeah,
Maytag. You started in the new generation of the new electronic based board based appliances, as opposed to like some other guys that when they started very young, they started with mechanical timers and stuff like that. So you kind of like brought right in. Am I making an accurate assumption or am I wrong?
Well, actually, when I was 10 years old, it was
Still, brother Dre, try not to shake it so much.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right. So when I was 10 years old, it was basically direct drives. I didn't work on. I didn't see. Not that it wasn't out there, but I only worked on mechanical things such as the direct drives, washing machines, the basic dryers. Um, I didn't see much of electronics, things like that. I think my grandfather stayed away from that because he was pretty old. At least
Okay.
he was listening his 40s, I believe, around that time. And
Hey, I'm 38. Bro, what you mean? Hey.
nothing
Most of you
on
guys
that.
don't even older than me that will take offense to that, young man.
Nah, I don't got nothing offense. I don't got nothing against that. But so he didn't really know about electronics, but he knew how to work a meter. That was all that matters at that time. When electronics came out, I kind of stayed away from it growing up during high school. I believe I was how old was I? I'm 21 now. I want to say 19. I want to say about 19. I was out of school. Yeah, I was 19. I was 19 or 20. Excuse me, but I was 19 or 20. And I went on YouTube. I already had my business license set up. I had business insurance. I was around 19 years old. And fresh out of high school, no lie. Watching YouTube, I was watching TK Cousins and I was watching you. And
Shout out to brother TK Cousins too. Check him out on his channel. I haven't seen him in a while though.
yeah, he really don't post anymore, but anyway, he was showing me how to you and him was showing me how to, warranty companies and things like that, COD calls. I was just getting familiar with the system. So let me tell you this story. My first call was from Choice Home Warranty. I'm 19 years old now. Don't know anything about electronics, but I knew how to work a meter. And I'm gonna be honest. So first call was a refrigerator. At that time, 19 years old, I was not seal system educated. Um, like I said, I didn't know anything about control boards on a refrigerator or anything like that. And I'm 19. This is not too long ago. So I pop up on the call, goes in there. I had my magnets on my car. I was tooled up. Looking nice. I even had a shirt made.
What kind of car you had? I
Huh?
like that. I like that. What kind of car you had?
What kind of car did I have? I had a 2013 Malibu, Chevy Malibu. Yeah. And
Okay, so let me get this. Hold on. I like this kind of stuff. So you started your first call, 19 years old, in a Chevy Malibu.
yeah.
What color was the Malibu?
It was great, I believe. Yep, it was great.
That's kind of acceptable though. Okay, so you put the magnets on. Did you have a uniform with the shirt and all that
Yeah.
made up?
Actually, my dad's wife made the shirt for me. I
Tell
had
me you didn't write with a magic marker the word
no.
technician.
This was like
I
with the
seen a
heat
guy
press.
like that once in Fox Appliance Parts in Atlanta, Georgia. I seen a guy write the word tech in a magic marker on his shirt. But go
Yeah.
ahead. What
This
so you had
this
your
was the one.
shirt, you
This is
had
one
your van,
with
I
the
mean
heat.
your car.
Yeah. Okay. So with the call or whatever, so I pop up on the job and I walk into the house. I met the woman of the house, the lady of the house. She said the refrigerator wasn't cooling. I got to the refrigerator. The refrigerator compressor wasn't running, and I believe the fans wasn't working. Everything was working. I mean, the lights was working. Fans wasn't working.
Brand?
The
What brand
compressor
was
wasn't
this?
working. This was a LG, I believe.
Mm.
No, not LG. Don't let me lie. I can't remember what brand it was. But now this is my first call. I don't know anything about electronics. So I walk into the house. I realized the fan wasn't working. I wasn't familiar with the magnets on the. It was a French door. Magnets on the French door. Talk about for the lights and things like that. So I get to the car. I walk in there.
I'm talking
No,
about the reed switches that are located on the top.
no, the one in the freezer drawer.
The
You know,
one, the freezer drawer. There's also a reed switch down there.
right? Correct.
And you know what I
So
use? I use my voltmeter. It has the little magnetic thing to like slap it on something so it could hang. Well, I use that little thing to test when I see those kind of switches on there, freezer or fresh food. But I know exactly what you mean.
yeah,
So you were in the freezer compartment. I'm assuming you had the door open
right.
and
Fan
you was
wasn't working. Fan
the
wasn't
fan.
working.
But brother, you
Uh,
know that the fans wouldn't work with the door open though, right?
I didn't know at that time. I really didn't know.
Okay.
So,
And that's the LG. If
huh?
that's what you was working on. If you were working on the LGs, that's kind of how they designed.
Yeah. So, like I said, I didn't really know if the fan was working or not because I didn't know about the magnetic switch down there. But so what I did was, um, I told the customer that they need a new condenser fan motor. So the customer was okay. I said I'll call I said American Home Shield. I'll call Choice, and I get Auto to come back out and to complete the job. So I got my car. I'm sweating buckshots because I'm like, I saw that control board on the back. I saw the fan wasn't working, the compressor wasn't working. Um, I was like, man, I want to know if I'm right or not. So boom, before I order the part or anything like that, I call a customer back and schedule another appointment to go back out there to look at it again. So the following,
Wow. How wait. Again, walk me through that call. Because, if I gotta make that call, I'm sweating ball. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I gotta call this guy or gal and say, hey, I need to go look at that thing again. I'm not quite sure.
well,
You weren't scared to have that conversation?
no, I wasn't. Thing I told the customer, I said, I just want to take a double look at it, just to make sure I'm not missing anything else before I order this part. And she was like, "Oh, okay. I will be at work, but my husband will be there." Just go over there and knock on the door. I said, oh no, I'll be coming back tomorrow. She was like, okay, that's fine. Next day come, I go to the residence, knocked on the door, walk in. The guy was really nice. Um, I typed in on Google what was going on with the refrigerator, and Google was telling me the control board. Saying nothing's working, the lights on, the digital faces in. Now I'm sweating buckshots in the customer home, scared to death. So I was like, all right. So I'm gonna still order the condenser fan. I'm gonna go with my first mind. So I told the customer was like, all right, cool. Now the customer paid me 40, I think it was $40 or $45 deductible. So I left. I got home. I called the parts store. Now the fan was like at least 40 some dollars. I think I didn't have an account then. So no, I did have an account. I used my grandfather's account. So it was like 40 some dollars, I believe. Now I didn't have 40 some dollars. So I was like, how I'm gonna
You didn't collect the service fee before you leave?
Huh?
You didn't collect the service fee before you leave?
I did, but I started with little to nothing.
So that 45 went right to the gas tank.
so that 45 went to something, I don't know where it went to, but I wasn't thinking. So
definitely didn't go to the condenser fan.
So I'm thinking, I'm like, man, this fan motor is such. I say, man, I need more money. So I ended up not going back to the customer home. Customer calling my phone, leaving voicemail, such and such. So I never go back to the customer home. Few months fly by. I see the customer, her husband, in the shoe store, and I saw him. He saw me, and I'm trying to say, where do I know this guy from? And he looking at me, trying to remember who I am. And so I was going there to get my wife some shoes or something like that. And I'm ducking corners trying to hide from the guy. And then I felt like the guy left. So I'm at the register checking out, paying for my wife's shoes. And I go to leave out the door. The guy standing by the door, he was like, nah, I swear to God, no lie. The guy was like, what's your name? And I was like, Drake. Then at that, I had the same exact shirt on that I went to his house in. And he was like, hey man, where I know you from? Now, he was saying that aggressively. And I was like, man, I don't know where I know you from. I said, what's up though? He was like, I guess he read my shirt. He said, you work on appliances? I said, no. I said, nah. I said, that's my brother. I said, I got a twin brother. So he was like, nah, man. He said, you the one who took my money. And I said, took your money? I said, what are you talking about, sir? He said, you came to my house, looked at my refrigerator. My wife paid you those $45, and we've been trying to contact you and to get in touch with you. So now this guy is loud. So I'm like, sir, can we step outside? He was like, come on. He opened the door for me, walks out. He was like, yeah, man. He said, you came to my house and took $45 from me. He said, that's not right. So me and the guy arguing back and forth. Now the guy's so mad that he wanted to put his hands on me. So I gave the guy $45 back. We resolved the issue. Moral of the story is, I jumped out there. My first service call, didn't know any electronics, anything. So I knew I needed training on this new technology. So me and my wife was living together. I believe I had quit my job, my restaurant. I was working in the restaurant before I did that service call, before I did anything. and I was running out of money. We was getting nervous because we had a house together. And my wife was on the what is it newspaper on her phone, and she saw this appliance shop. I'm not gonna say the appliance shop name because I don't know if the guy want me to or things like that. But
Tell them contact tmm.appliancerepair@gmail.com for advertising purposes. Continue.
So she said, now I'm laying next to her in the bed. She said, "Babe, look at this ad that got going on, appliance repair, and it's right down the street. This was in shop repair." And I was like, "Babe, call them." I say, ask them if they hiring. So she called them. She asked them, was they hiring for a technician? He was like, "Yeah, we hiring for an experienced technician and things like that." So the next day, I think that was on a Saturday. So that Monday I called them and I said, "Hey, how you doing? My name is Dre, such and such, such and such. I'm looking for more information on the job, stuff like that." So he was like, "Yeah, man." He said, "You know how to work on appliances?" I said, "Yes, sir." He was like, "All right, can you come down here right now?" I said, "Yeah, I can come down here now." So I get dressed. Now I didn't get dressed for no interview or anything like that. I put a shirt on, I think some jeans, some shoes, and to come to find out, if where I was staying at the moment, and I never knew this, where I was staying at the moment, if you walk out the door to the street, you turn your head to the left, you look all the way down the street, you can see the appliance shop, and I never knew that. So I go over there, drove over there, go over there, talking to the guy. Now I was 19. I was 20, 19 at the time. I think it was around that age. About to be turned. No, I was 20. Actually, I was 20. So I go in there. It's the owner and the supervisor in there. They're asking me questions such as, they was like, "So where you learn how to do this work?" And I said, "My grandfather," things like that. Now, they was asking me what I've worked on recently. And of course, I've been watching your YouTube channel for a very long time, and I was using the app called Joyce. I think that's what it's called, right?
That's correct.
So I pulled out my phone, I go to the app, and I show him my invoices. I had a upright freezer invoice. That was a defrost time I changed, top and bottom mount, thermostat. What else I had showed them? A dryer, the Whirlpool dryer, heating element, belt change. I was just going down showing him my invoice, and he was like, his face was just like, "Wow, wow, he was 20 years old. You know to work on appliances." They hired me right there. The owner was like, "We're gonna start you off at 14 an hour, and 14 an hour at 20 years old, man, that's a lot of money." So I was
How much? What's up? How much?
I was making $14 an hour starting off. So he was like, "Can you be here tomorrow at such time?" I said, "Yeah, sure." Got there the next day. He gave me a shirt, told me what to wear, and I was working in shop. So I was working in shop for about I was working at that job for about for like 6 months. But every month, no, like every couple of weeks, I was getting a raise, getting a raise, getting a raise. I was at like $17 an hour, and at that time, at 20 years old, 19 years old, I didn't know anything. I knew about SEAL system, but I wasn't. My grandfather really didn't train me on that. He was more on that side of the ball game. So I told the owner, I was like, "Man, I want to get into SEAL system." He was like, "You think you're ready for that?" and things like that. And he wasn't really trying to put me. He wasn't really trying to. He was really holding back on me because he didn't want. This is what he told the supervisor. He didn't want me learning everything and quitting on him and starting my own business and be competition to him. He didn't want me to do that. That was such a he was so afraid of that.
Brother. I don't want to interrupt you, but if I keep letting you, you keep going. But I gotta stop right now. I gotta stop. And I gotta sit up right, because if I don't address certain things here, I think that the YouTube community, especially my mentors and people who grew me, would look at me a little sideways. And I want to revisit something. Love, peace, and harmony.
Yeah, good.
I want to go back to that story though. How you had from 10 to 19 years of motor coupler, lid switch, thermal fuse, bake element. But you ain't run into that LG though. You didn't know about that test mode button on the board. You didn't know schematics. You didn't know nothing.
Nope.
And on top of all of that, I was trying to figure out in my head why did he go with the condenser fan? I mean, if nothing's working, the condenser fan is like the last thing I'm looking at. But I'm letting you get the story off and all that, right? And that's fine. You didn't understand, but a lot of people think this appliance repair game is a joke. I'm gonna talk my shit. I don't curse on the channel. I'm respectable. I'm love, peace, and harmony. But I'm gonna talk my shit a little bit tonight, because I feel like my industry is starting to like not give it its respect. And that's that a lot of people will paint this like this is easy. Anybody could do this. Any blow, blah 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 blah. Love, peace, and harmony. Now I'm talking real talk. Anybody could tell you that. I'm here to tell you that's a lie. Not everybody is built for this. And what you went through when you sat there and you seen this big sophisticated monster with a board, and God forbid that it didn't have a main PCB and then an inverter PCB under that. That's a thing in itself that talks to the board. Or you didn't run across one of those GE monograms that have the compressor and then the inverter and then the board. And you have a no cool. And you don't know which of the three it is. And then you got to trace whatever. I say all that to say this. A lot of people think that anybody could just do this. They can't. This requires education. This requires discipline. This requires schematic training. This requires circuitry. What your story said to me was you got overwhelmed. For real. That LG overwhelmed you. And that's one thing in itself, but another thing in itself was, and I'm not, big brother. I'm gonna call you big brother, even though you probably be my son, but I want to give you so much respect. I don't want to say nothing because I'm not perfect. I done did one or two things in my time. Them duets that they have the 3 screws. It's no way in hell, especially like if I'm on the floor, it's no way in hell I'm doing all 3. I'm doing the one in the middle, and it's gonna work and stay good. And if I drop one screw in the back of that dryer and it's 100, it's gonna stay. I'm not perfect myself. Believe me, I've done things that I'm not proud of. And I think that everybody watching this channel has done things that they're not proud of. But one thing that we cannot do is run off with the people's money.
Exactly what I did, man.
And I assume that that will never happen again.
Oh no. That would never happen again.
If I let you say that on my channel, and I'm the, now professionalism circuit, if I'm the I can't, even if I love you and you my star player, 21 years old, the MVP, I can't let you get away with that. And again, I'm perfect, and I've done shit bag things too, but I make it a duty never to repeat what I've done in the past. So to everyone going out there, thank you for my brother Dre opening up, and thank you, brother, for being honest, because a lot of people wouldn't come on here and said that. So I appreciate you for keeping it real, because your message set the tone for the next guy that wants to go out there and do that goofiness. Man, don't do that, man. That's not how we rock. You understand? So with all that said, I would like to fast forward now to your story about the guy now. Here's another mistake that you made. I'm a boss guy that hires guys. If a guy comes to me and has a joist, number one, and with his logo and promotions, and I see he got a bill that he's running up, there's no way in hell I'm thinking this guy's gonna be loyal to me. This guy's just looking because he didn't got nothing else going on. Because by the time I'm looking at his numbers, I'm like, whatever he's doing, that's probably what I was gonna pay him. So that means he's either slow, he don't got nothing, or he wants to come and learn something from me. Brother, you were all over the road getting into this. Shout out to Grandpa. He showed you the motor coupler. He showed you the la 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 la. But brother, you should have been more, in tune with the TMM, man. Because my next video is gonna be called the TMM 10 Commandments, and that's the 10 Commandments of a professional appliance repair tech. And one of them we definitely not doing is running off with the people's money. At a minimum, and I'm not grinding you up. I'm not. I'm just for everybody who ever even thinks that. Even if it's 5 years down the line, write them a check. If you ain't got it, write them a check. But keep that mental karma going. Because what happens is, then you doing something, and somebody takes from you. It always comes back. Whatever you put out, it always comes back. I've learned that late in life. And now I'm dealing with stuff from my past. But I just wish I had somebody that would have told me that. So I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to every future person. Don't ever do that. That's the last thing we do in this industry. But with all that, brother, please continue your story. Don't beat me up. I'm so sorry. Love, peace, and harmony.
I use that as a lesson learned, because I learned a lot from that. I don't see that. I wasn't telling you that, to be proud of it. I learned a lot from that just one service call, the man coming up to me and doing a lot of things. But I look back at that and I look at now and I be like, dang, I shouldn't have did that. But back to the story, how I learned.
I'm not perfect either, brother. And I dare anybody before they get in the comment section and write something goofy. I tell you a story about a carpenter, a carpenter's son, that they was trying to jam him up. And in those times there was a prostitute. And when them prostitutes was caught, their penalty was stoning. And they was trying to jam the carpenter's son up. And when they brought the prostitute to the man, they say, "Hey, what's up? She's a prostitute. We got to stone her." Because he was a righteous man and he was trying to live love, peace, and harmony. And you know what he said? He didn't really want to do that to her. You know what he said? He said, "He without sin throw the first stone." So I say all that to everybody watching this. Again, I've done things in the past that I am not proud of. And I'm sure everybody watching this has. So before anybody say anything goofy, I say to you, he without sin cast the first stone. But with all that said, brother, go ahead.
So so the owner, my boss, the supervisor told me that he don't want to. Why does he keep calling? He don't want to train me up on SEAL system because he's scared I'm gonna run off and go out on my own. But in the interview, he asked me what am I looking for in the 5 years. And at that time, I was probably running like 2 warranty calls a day. I wasn't getting paid a lot. I was probably making probably $80 per job or something like that. And so that's the real reason why I was looking for another job. But anyway, in the interview, I told him that I'm looking for long-term thing. I'm looking for 401k, insurance, benefits that will come along in the future. Now I'm 20 years old thinking about the future, so that's blowing his mind right there. Like, wow, this guy thinking about the future. He's just 20 years old. So eventually, he puts me on SEAL system. I'm working back there with LG compressors, soldering, just learning how to do everything. Change out everything, man. Everything was seal system. So, why when I got, I'm not gonna say your skills, but
You
for
don't know my skill. I'm a nobody.
but for a 20-year-old that didn't go to school, hands-on training,
I'm,
um,
I'm proud of you. I'm
I,
proud of you.
I within 6 months of me getting hired, I was making $25 an hour. I
As
was
you, sh-
I was the top technician there.
as
We was they was getting me in training to take
hey,
the
real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I made a video the other day, right? Let me give
uh-huh.
myself let me give myself a plug. I made a video the other day talking about how a technician salary is. And a well-versed technician, a technician that knows schematics, seal system, you know, from a tech perspective, that's not a bad living. Not that like um I'm an advocate of that because I'm an entrepreneur. But bro, I put in the work afterwards. But when you got home at 5, 6, 7, or whenever you got home, you was able to disconnect at 20, whatever. 21, you said? How old you
I
was?
was I
20?
was I was 20. I was working 7 to 3, Monday
You
through
was 20
Friday.
making $25 an hour. Let me make this make sense to you. An appliance repair tech, that's the guy that makes more than when you go into Home Depot. They scanning you making more than them. You go into Publix, you go into any supermarket, you go into Lowe's, you go into BrandSmart, it's people that go to college, spend all sorts of weird old money, and don't even make $25 an hour. And now let's bring in the other thing about the tech. Bro, I give my tech extra work. Yo, I tell them all the time, like, hey Rob, I got a Samsung leaking. You want to go check it out? Samsung leaking. That's the clip and the thermistor and the default. That's 225, 235 on the low end, mid range. In addition to his salary, that's 52 to 75 yearly on a tech level with no responsibilities at 20 years old.
Yeah.
If you like the content on this channel, hit the smash the like button, go below, purchase the merch, purchase the PayPal, because we keep it real here as far as appliance repair. So, brother Drake, you 20 years old making more than most grown men. Talk
Correct.
about it.
So
Talk about it. Appliance
so
repair. Talk about it. That's
so the
why I'm so
guy,
passionate about this industry.
huh?
That's why I'm so passionate about this industry, because
Right.
appliance repair is the type of an industry that, like, you could be in the military, get out, jump right in this, and keep right up. You probably make more doing this than you was in the military. You a felon? You just came home? No one wants to give you a job? Appliance repair.
Yep.
20 years old? You can't shoot a jump shot and you're not a rapper? Appliance repair. Appliance repair. Everything appliance repair with me. That's my motto, appliance repair, because it creates jobs, bro. And that's the real MVP. I'm just so passionate about it.
Yeah, I
I'm
love it
sorry.
too.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I went off on a tantrum. Forgive me.
So 6 months in the job, I'm almost finished with this story. 6 months within a job, I'm at $25 an hour. Now, remember in the interview we agreed on 401k, just benefits. So I'm 6 months within a job. I'm the best technician at the appliance place, and I still don't have my benefits that I'm looking for. So I bring him in the office and talk to him. He said he's gonna work on. He's gonna get on it. So a month fly by, still haven't got it. Another month flies by, still haven't got it. So I'm kind of getting fed up. So what I'm doing is I'm up every night, 12, 1 o'clock, searching how to produce COD calls because I already know warranty work wasn't paying me enough. Most of these warranties
The
on
delay
20.
and the delay. You said that the warranty wasn't paying you enough. In addition to the delay, because what most people don't know about the warranty is they're not paying you on the spot. Some of
Right.
them you gotta wait 30 days.
Yeah.
It's just now some of them got good, and you can do 2, 3 days, 10 days, 15 days. But what you do 30 days? What you do, huh? And you running up that bill, wasting that gas, buying those parts out of pocket. How long can you self last? When I go buy parts, me and my part supply guy, we I tell him every day like, what am I paying for today? He'll look at it and say, oh, this is a Lexus GS. Why? Oh, 892. Why? I bought 3 linear compressors. And then 4 hours before that, my tech was in there. Oh, what did he get? A Toyota Camry. And how much was that bill? 425. 2 boards. That's daily. How long can you survive that volume waiting 30 days? Especially when you just started. Talk about it.
Right. So what I was doing was I found this marketing company. This marketing company was producing me COD calls. And what
Don't
I was
say their
doing,
name. Say their name. If they want promotion, again, contact tmm.appliancerepair@gmail.com.
so the marketing company was giving me COD calls. I had my grandmother, which is my grandpa, who taught me the field, answering my calls and things like that. When I get off at 3 o'clock, I go do my calls, running probably like 3 calls after work, go home to my family, good to go. So the COD call, the phone was ringing nonstop. So I had to make a choice, and I'm making $25. I'm bringing home great money at 20 years old. Versus, I see the cash money that I'm getting.
Mm,
The one job, 220. Next
mm,
job, seal system. I'm getting
mm.
$400 profit. So, and what's really was pushing
But
the issue with
tell,
me.
but, tell, but tell the people the truth, though. In addition to that, who was writing those invoices for those customers?
I was,
Who was looking up the part for those customers?
I was,
When there was a recall, who paid for your gas to go back and forth a few times?
I did.
Again, y'all, I speak to the YouTube community. You gotta have chiefs and you gotta have Indians. There's no way around it. You need that. And if you're not about that life, play with it and you're gonna drown. But again, Brother Dre, continue.
So, and also around that time, I was I felt like I was great at what I was doing. Very few callbacks. Um, I was getting jobs complete, things like that. So I went home, talked to my wife. I said, babe, still haven't got my benefits with this job. Say I could quit this job and I could go out on my own. So she was like, do whatever you think is best for us. So I put my week notice in,
Damn.
and I put my
What
week
was
notice.
that guy like?
He
Because if you come to me and my ace, my star, nah, but the difference between me and him, though, if I seen that was really like a pressing issue, man, I would have had to make some calls, man, to figure out a way. Like, how do I get this young guy his benefits? Sir, would you like your coffee cream sugar? Young Dre, welcome.
Hey,
It's
when I mean
this
when I'm
is a real commodity to find a good tech. that could do everything. It's even rarer if you can find a tech that can do all of that and be punctual.
Right.
It's even rarer if you can find those two, but he has great customer service. And if you're a tech that possesses all of those three, you really set your own salary at that point.
Right.
For real, for real. Because wherever you go, you're gonna shine.
Correct. And I felt like I was the best over there because, man, I love the appliance. I love to work on appliances. It's not a day that I woke up and was saying I don't want to go to work. I always was there on time, on time, on time, on time. And uh that's
Do
how
you
I got
still
to,
do you still
yeah.
follow those same habits now as your own boss?
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Most definitely. I learned a lot. I learned a lot by just working there and and stuff like that. But so look, check this out. When I went there, I brought him in the office. I said, "Hey, such and such. I'm here to put in my notice." He was like, wow. He was like, now me and this guy was close, like this. At that point in time, we was like this, side by side. Been in church together. He invited me to his church. We looked at it like I looked at him like older brother, things like that. So he was like, what's going on, Dre? I said, man, it's personal. Nah, he's like, man, talk to me. What's going on? Why you want to leave? So I was like, man, it's personal, man. I'd rather not talk about it and
Mhm.
things like that. So he was like, uh, kept on trying to get it out of. So I told him, oh, I was about to say his name. I said, such and such. I said, man, I say, I'm a man of my word. I say, if I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. I say, since I've been here, since my interview, everything I told you, I've been doing it. I've been giving you 100%. I say, you haven't gave me my benefits that I'm asking for, anything like that. I say, I told you, I'm looking to build on a company, you know, long as I'm happy. I said, if I'm happy, you're happy, and we can be best friends. So he was like, man, I took food off my table and gave it and put it on your table when it wasn't time, stuff like that. We got in a big argument because and a lot of stuff came out.
Mm.
So I was like, all right, cool. Walked out.
Mm.
I walked out. Things like that didn't go back. So I was on my own, making good money, man. I was like, I'm so happy I did quit and things like that. Um, with the marketing company, I was getting about averaging 5 calls a day, making a minimum of $150 a job, profit.
Whoa, 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 whoa. One more time, run the numbers by me. You were doing what now?
I was running about 5 calls a day, making yep,
Okay.
making a minimum per call unless they don't want the machine or unit fixed. I was a $75 service call fee. But on average per call was like $150. That's not including the part markup. So also
What you think your hmm, what you think your service call via what you think your service call versus COD ratio was if you was getting 5 calls a day. X amount was COD, X amount was service call. I'm sorry, X amount was like calls that led to a profit. X amount of calls was just a service fee.
I say it was about 80% profit and like
80%
20%
like jobs.
jobs.
Calls that led to jobs.
Yeah,
So out of
and
5, you would say what, 3, 4?
about about three. Yeah, at least three. At least 3. The other 2,
Service calls.
sir.
The other 2 would be like service calls.
Correct. They don't want the issue fixed, or they'll buy a new unit, or things like that.
Hey, that's not a bad take though. Let's look at that though. That's 3 150s. And that's 275s. But you're not finishing all of them in one day though. You gotta come back with boards. This board takes 3 to 4 days.
Well,
you know.
Well, yeah. But you had to pay me. You had to pay me for the part up front and the service call fee up front, and then when I come back, you pay for the rest of the balance.
Just the labor.
Just the labor. But in all actuality, it was about $150 a job average, and turnaround for parts was probably like 4 to 5 business days. And I was running about 4 to 5 calls a day, and making money. So I also had a
Whoa. Don't talk like that. Making money. You're making money. You're making more than probably a nice radius in your neighborhood. That's right. 6 figures. Much. And how old are you now?
I was 20. I was 20. I was how old I was? 20. I was 21, I believe. I was 20. I'm sorry. I was 20. 20 years old. I was 20 years old, man.
Let me ask you something. You're in high school, right?
No, at 20 years old, I was graduating.
No. You're in high school. You hear your friends. You got this guy. Oh, I'm going to Duke on a scholarship. I'm going to play ball. That guy probably was, pretty popular. It wasn't difficult for that guy to land a young, beautiful damsel. Then you had the other guy, like, oh, I'm going to the military. Hoorah. That wasn't a bad, he probably. But when you told people, hey, I'm going to graduate from here and fix appliances, what was people's response to you?
Man, actually, the guys I used to hang out with, one baseball player, he's in college playing baseball. Second guy works in the plant, makes great money. But at that time, they wasn't really. Let me see how I could put it. They knew I worked on appliances, and they knew that's how I made my money, but they didn't judge me anything like that. Only my friends.
No. What I'm saying is like the attractiveness level of it. The allure. Like, hey, I'm gonna go play basketball at Duke. Oh, I'm gonna be in the Marines. I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna be a lawyer. IT, whatever. I'm gonna go fix appliances. What was that like? That's what I want to know. Career-wise, because you tell me in a senior in high school, I was gonna go fix appliances. I wish though somebody would have told me that, but I didn't know that. But however, you went ahead and you did that. Some of your peers are probably in their sophomore, junior, senior year.
Yeah.
And you put the laps on them.
Right.
Some of those aspiring athletes are right now, and I listen, man. I pray to God success for everybody. Let me not speak no negative into the universe. But what I'm gonna say is just like statistics, what the stats would say, not what I'm saying. But you know how hard it is to get to the NBA? That's the elite of the elite. To get to the NFL, but God bless them. The thing about appliance repair, and again, that's why I'm so passionate about it. It's like, it provides like hope for the guy who has nothing. And the good thing about it is that it leads to a fruitful and an abundance if you're good and you learn circuitry, professionalism, customer service, because that's the recipe. Anything outside of that, you're not. It's the game will police itself. But I say all that to say that to come back to you. I'm so proud of you that at 20 years old, 21 now, you're definitely well on your way to six figures, if not already there. What you're creating is value day by day. You're creating a brand day by day because every day that you go out there and you service 2, 3 new homes and you leave your card or you leave your magnet, you're leaving like your mark everywhere daily. So you add value daily to your business. Bro, I promise you that if you continue this and you continue your education, you continue your hunger, you continue your growth to want to expand, and you embrace new business models, you will be a millionaire by the time you're 30.
That's my goal.
But you will have a few establishments, a few shops, your brand. It's all about a brand. It's not built. Rome wasn't built, in one day. And this appliance repair thing is a brick by brick until you build this. But for a guy that doesn't have, again, the jump shot and this the rapper, or he could act, or he's the military, or he's John Jones. This is like the way for the guy that's just like the average Joe. And the thing is, it's so abundant that like you could kind of compete with them other venues because again, appliance repair has no ceiling. You set the ceiling to it yourself.
Right.
You set your own limitations. How far do you want to go? How far do you want to take it? That's really what holds all of us back. And at 21, brother, I wish you the best, man. We running up on the hour mark, man. I ain't even go through all of my questions for you, man. But do you wanna give the folks a part two at a later date? You wanna go on for like another half, 10, 15?
Nah, we could keep going.
Yours, brother.
We could keep going. You could go on with the question.
All right. So let's move along now. All right. Thank you for being on the show too, by the way. Now, I'm gonna flip the script now. What message do you have right now for all you've been through, for that 20-year-old, 21-year-old, that 30-year-old, that 35-year-old, that 40-year-old that looks at you and says, man, little man, I hear you, but is it real? Can I do that? You an anomaly. You had your pops. A guy like myself. Is this realistic? What's your message to them?
My message is
you the future, bro. This your generation. After guys like me, Mike Check, Appliance Boot Camp, DC Appliance, Appliance Apprentice. After the young generation. Where you guys gonna take it?
boy. My message for those people are, yes, you can do it. If you're passionate about it, you put your mind to it, you stick to it, you'll get the information that is needed to complete the job and the training, things like that. Like you said, it's a six-figure business, and everything that's been said is true. As long as you be honest to customers, yourself, it'll take you a long way. Long way.
Karma, bro. Whatever you put out comes back to you, bro.
Correct.
Do good, bro. Listen, I have an agreement with the universe. You know what my agreement is? I will be a millionaire. That's a fact. But what am I gonna do to get that? I can't demand something. I can't go to your house and say, sir, give me $1 million. No. You're gonna say, well, sir, you gotta fix my LG linear compressor, then do my motor coupler, then do my baker. I gotta earn that.
Right.
You know how I'm gonna earn that? And I'm serious about this, bro. I stand on these principles. I'm gonna provide in what I could offer as far as like the best customer service. If I mess up, I'll come back. I'll eat that. I had a customer the other day. Her fridge messed up. Recall. It was an LG, so I'm not too upset because those is garbage refrigerators. But nonetheless, she said something that bothered me. She said, "Man, I can't even have a cold sip of water." And these are one of them old people that like they don't turn on the AC. I don't know why. Turn on the freaking AC. But they don't turn on the AC. You know what I did, bro? I went to the 7-Eleven. I bought her big bags of ice. I bought her big bottles of water, and it had a leak. And I gave her some gas, just to some Freon, just to keep like things cool till I could come back and figure out where's this leak, isolate this, but at a minimum, leave her up and running. My message is the following. I intend on giving the universe professionalism, good customer service, fair pricing. Again, I'm not trying to rip the industry off, but I want every dime that's coming to me. I deserve it. Facts. But with all that, but not to abuse nobody neither, nor take advantage of nobody. I don't want to be that guy. Just pay me what I'm due, what I'm owed. I won't, take you, oh, this one got a Bentley or this one got a Toyota Corolla. I don't care. If you have a Sub-Zero, you're getting hit with Sub-Zero prices. Whether you're in the projects or you're in Beverly Hills 90210, you're gonna get hit with Sub-Zero prices. I don't look at color. I don't look at language. I only look at green. So again, going back to you, karma. Whatever you put out will come back to you.
That's
I
fact.
intend, I will, and I will show the YouTube community when I get it. I'm not there yet, but when I get it, and this is a challenge that I'm putting out to the universe, because I believe in the law of attraction. Whatever you talk, you will speak it into existence. That's why I'm mad careful to talk how I talk, and I'm love, peace, and harmony, because you don't want to put out bad, because that comes back to you. So with all that said, it even translates into the appliance repair. What you put out is the result of what you're gonna get in. These guys that's ripping people off, you gonna burn out eventually. These guys that don't respect their craft, they're gonna be just like the old Dre. They got in front of that LG and didn't know what the hell he was doing. You know how many people I know like that that just drive around collecting service call fees, nigga, just condemn units left and right, and they give bogus numbers too. LG leaking water in the fresh food compartment under the crispers. Oh, $700. Okay, I'll pay it. And they say really crazy numbers to scare the people away just to collect the service fee. And the people say, I'll pay it. But the tech is so inept that he can't fix it. He or she can't fix it to make the 700. So now they come and they collect the money, they change the ice maker, or they do something bogus, and then they run off with the money, giving the game a black eye. And then they fizzle out. People leave them 1-star reviews, then they got to start all over, create another. But if you go by your brand and you do things the right way, you build a legacy. And Dre, when you and your wife, you guys give birth to you and yours, after 30 years, you've accumulated a couple thousand, if tens of thousands, if not hundreds at that point, due to your multi-tech operation. Hundreds of thousands of clientele. You won't even have to pay AdWords and go warranty this, that. You one of the most established brands in your community, and you left that to your offspring. What greater thing is there, though, And that's again why I'm so appliance repair. That's why you think I promote that so much. When you think about the stuff I say, you don't have to go to college for this.
Right.
You just have to, contact TMM Academics or any of the other programs on here. I'm not in this for money. I mean, I am, but my business comes first. This is my side hustle. My karma comes from helping people. That's how I'm gonna succeed. There's other programs. There's online programs. There's community colleges. There's TMM Academics, the best one of all of them. But with all that said, if you invest into this at a low cost, bro, you could live straight, bro. Straight for the rest of your life, bro. Who would have thought that fixing appliances?
Yeah, not me. I didn't see myself owning an appliance repair business when I was in high school.
All right, let me ask you another question. What's your typical work volume? How many calls you do in a day?
Whew. Man, now I do probably like 6 or 7 calls a day.
Damn. What time you start?
I start at 8.
You at the customer house knocking at 8, or you leaving in your van at 8?
Leaving
Keep
the
it real.
house. I'm leaving.
Real now.
I'm leaving the house. I'm leaving the house at 8.
So you got your first job 8:45. Nah.
But nah. My first job be between 8 to.
Gas up.
I gas up
Get a
and
bake.
stuff. I gas up and stuff the night before. I drink coffee at the crib. But I wake up at like 7. One thing that gets me through the day pretty quickly, I pre-screen my calls.
You pre-screen your calls.
Yeah.
Oh, so you answer your own phone calls?
No, my wife answers my phone calls. She books
That's
my
amazing.
calls, and when I wake up, I look at House Call Pro, and boom, look at the model number, look at the complaint, and go from there. But I run about on the average 6 or 7 calls. Some days I do 8 calls, but I don't do anything over 8. That is just too much. But all those calls.
That's a lot of calls, man. That's a lot of calls. And let me tell you something, man. And again, man, I tonight is your night, but it's just that I'm so passionate about this. A lot of people don't even realize like the importance of the organizational skills it takes to handle a volume of 8 calls a day. Bro, again, I can't beat you up earlier for what you said. I'm not perfect. I'll tell you a sin that I committed. I remember many a times that they would call me and I'd write down the information on like a Burger King bag in my truck, whatever, lose the bag, forget about the call. The people call me, where you at? I'm doing a vacuum. I'm on my way right now. I tell the people, hey, this vacuum is gonna take 30 minutes. I'll be right back. I go there, but I forgot that I left my drill at this one's house. So I just show up with the shop vac and a voltmeter. Man, I could tell you stories upon stories. But organizational skills is so important.
Yeah.
Every call deserves its proper respect to the finest details. And God forbid if you have a technician and he walks out and didn't collect the service call fee, or he didn't know the gate code, so he was waiting for like 30 minutes. Little details. Listen, man, I could go on for days, but go ahead. Okay. So you doing, that's a lot of calls, brother.
Average like I do probably like 6 or 7 calls. Like I say, some days I try to, some days, some jobs easy. You got thermofuge, you got a drain for water pump on direct drive. Easy stuff that takes no time. So I tell my wife, yeah, you can add another call in. I'm running good on time. So at the end of the day, I look back when I'm doing paperwork. Dang, I ran 8 calls today, and be like, didn't feel
That's
like it,
crazy.
but
That's crazy.
I run about
It
six.
becomes a blur. To me, it becomes a blur. I run into customers. Oh, how you doing? Oh, you were here before. Me? Yeah, you don't remember? I look in my Joyce. We're gonna do an interview with them. Joy. Oh yeah, I was here. I charged 320. I did a convection fan motor on an oven, whatever. Okay, yeah, how you doing? It becomes a blur when you do so many. But it's real. And that's when them 6 figures come in. Okay, how much are you charging for a service call? Do you feel comfortable saying that on YouTube?
Yeah, actually, for the longest I was doing 75. I moved to a new area. I wasn't like couple of months ago. I moved to a new area, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I was doing
Okay.
75. I was doing 75 service call fee. I was getting probably 20% of my customer COD calls was turning me down because they were saying it was too expensive. So I bumped it down to 65. So now I'm 65 right now. But I could get 75 if I want to. But if I want to be greedy and don't want to miss any calls because of the service call fee, 65 and no
You
complaint.
know, I'm gonna touch on the taboo subject here, which is service call fees. And here's my humble opinion. I I have mentors, like guys that I look up to. Remember that brother on episode 3, David Oliva,
Yeah,
high end. That's one of my like mentors. Like he sculpted me to be who I am. But him, in addition to some other folk, it was a collection of guys that like made me, respect my craft. I say all that to say this. Those guys were very strict on me about, hey, you have to charge like, high service price. Don't care what the, and you would follow suit and be firm. But I'm also cool with the guys in the appliance parts houses that are like, aren't the best quality guys, but they're good guys, but they're not good guys, but they're good guys. And you ask them like, well, what are you charging, man? I do it for free. I charge $20. I charge 15. I charge 30. And then I ask them, well, what are you charging them for the repair? Oh, 600. And you getting it? Yeah. And then I've seen the expensive guys, and they get it too. So I've seen like a little bit of everything. So here's what I believe about the service call fee. I myself personally try to stay somewhat in the middle. I don't want to be ahead of the pack nor below the pack. I let my reviews and my, one-on-one do the talking. But as far as service call fees, man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. When you went down from 75 to 65, if it brought you success, all the power to you, man. I'll go on record and say it. I know some people probably not gonna agree with me on that, but I'm telling you, as long as you can get in the door, sell the product, sell the work, sell the service, bro, what we here for? What we here
right.
for? It's not again, part of my language, it's not a blink measuring contest. It's not about, I could charge 150 service call fee. No, no subliminal to nobody. It's not about that. It's about like, like we just want to get paid and we just want to we want to get in and out. Would you agree?
That's true. Like and the reason I dropped down to 65 is because if I could get in front of the customer face and, and I could talk him into selling that job. The labor and the parts doesn't change.
That's
So
a fact.
so um that's why I went down on the service call fee.
Hey man, did you notice a decrease in your work volume, or as far as like were you making less or more, or you felt like ops normal?
Normal. Well, no. I gained a little bit. I gained a little bit, but that gain was a gold mine.
So let me be clear. You brought your service call fee down and you made more.
Correct.
That's what I'm saying. As far as that service call fee, I don't know what to call it, man. I've seen success on both, man. But anyway, okay. So you said 75 is your service call fee.
65 now.
Correct, 65. What are you charging for your high end? I call and I got a Mila.
To be honest with you, that's 65 all across the board. I don't
Oh
care.
hell,
I don't.
hell.
I go on
I
subs.
can't. I dig it.
But
I can't.
check this out though. Check this out. For example, if I'm going on a Sub-Zero job, I'm knowing 100% I can sell that job. So that $65 doesn't matter anymore to me.
Now, I've had Sub-Zero people after I've done thorough diagnostics, sealed system isolation test. Oh, it's 1582. Ooh, a $10,000 unit. Very rich. 1 out of 10. Not too common, but I've had them do that to me. And I'm not gonna do 2-3 hours worth of work for no 45. Hell no. I'm
But
sorry.
in my area, if you have a Sub-Zero in your box, I'm pretty sure that you're gonna pay 1,500, 1,600, 2,000, because
That's
you rather pay that than replace the whole
it's
unit.
10 grand.
Yeah. So
And we're being nice about it because the fly by night charlatan get up is gonna charge them 32 and leave them with some crap that we're gonna have to come back around and fix.
right. But all across the board, 65. Like I said, if I could get in front of the customer face, find the problem, then I could sell a job, and I don't much worry about that 65. Then turned into 225, then turned into $500 profit, then turned into you know. So that 65, when I'm getting in the customer face, 65 doesn't much matter to me no more.
That's
So
true. But man, that's still a lot of work, man. But nonetheless, hey man, you do what works for you. I'm not here to say all that. But okay. Let me go on a little side note here and really thank you tonight for being on here because I tell you what you mean to the industry and I'm gonna tell you what you mean to like the community. You are like a fine representative of like for any brother out there, regardless of age, creed, nationality, or anything, that like if you commit to this, like it's money to be made because you have every obstacle. You are a minority. May I ask your race? I didn't ask you this, but what are you?
I'm black, African American.
Okay, that's what's up. I know. Uh, but you a minority. You young. You know, and you doing it, brother. And you're whether you know it or not, this video will play over many times, over and over. Me and you will be long gone, and this video will continue, and people will see this for generations and say, "Man, that kid was 21 years old, man, and he was able to do it. I could do it." And
Right.
that's really why I started this channel. And that's really what Shop Talk is about. That's really what we off the clock, we smoking, drinking. We just off the clock text doing our thing, but the message don't change no matter what our state of mind is.
That's
But
facts.
you definitely represent um promise, a future, an example. Because you see, this is my channel, so it's easy for me to promote it. Because I could say whatever, but me and you didn't cohort rehearse this. I didn't know this was gonna be your responses. And everything that I preach and everything, it all manifests through you. And I say keep up the good work. Keep doing your thing. Success to you. Follow the blueprint. Uh, Stick to your regimen. Like set your goals, man, and stick to that. Plan your work and work your plan. And I wish you the best, brother. Love, peace, and harmony. If you have anything to say now, man, now's your time to shine, man. You want to promote something, promote your business, your wife, does she got a side hustle, your kids, Fortnite, your dog, does he got a YouTube channel and Instagram? Bro, let me be clear. These are good opportunities now. Hey, I'm at 1.4 player, you know? So it's a good opportunity to promote yourself. Go ahead, man. Say something to the YouTube community. If anybody wants to get in touch with you, how can they reach you?
They can reach me at on Instagram. I got Instagram. I just take pictures of my work and post on there. That's Dre's Appliance Repair. You can reach me at email if you have any questions, anything like that, at Dre's Appliance Repair at gmail.com. Shout out to my grandfather who put me on this road. Put me on this road. Shout out to my old boss. We are cool now. We let everything go. We talked about it and let God decide, And shout out to him because he really saved me. Man, I mean, that's
What's
all I got.
Say his name. Speak it into the universe.
His name was Hardin Reeves. He was from New Orleans. But he
say it one more time.
Hardin Reeves. They call him Mr. Reeves.
Mr. Reeves. Hey, Mr. Reeves. Thank you for this byproduct, man. This goes out to all the Mr. Reeves out there, including myself. And with me and my little ones, they're gonna learn appliances. For real. Whatever. You're gonna learn this. You could do whatever you want to do, but you're gonna have this in your back pocket. Because if anything happens, this is gonna get you out of a jam. Not the goofery. This. So Mr. Reeves, thank you for initiating the young lad into this thing of ours. As you were saying, brother. Go ahead.
Shout out to Mike.
Boss.
Yeah, me and my boss are real cool now.
What's up?
Shout
out I don't know his name, but shout out to him.
Shout out to him. We're not gonna say his name, but he can hit TMM in his comments and for advertisement.
But for contact tmm.appliancerepair@gmail.com. Click the link below, support our merch and our PayPal. Hey guys, this is hey bro, let me ask you something, young brother. You think I'm out of pocket or anything for asking for, support due to this content? Like, who's producing this content out there? No shot to nobody. Shout out to all my brothers. Again, Mike Check, DC Appliance Apprentice, Appliance Bootcamp, TC. What was the other brother we said earlier?
It was TK, I think his name is, huh?
Appliance Samurai, my OG. Look, bro, I don't have no competitors in this game. Shout out to everybody. Why am I shouting everybody out now? Where was we going with this?
I don't know, but shout out to Mike Check. He
Mike Check.
My brother Mike Check. He helps me out a lot, man.
Brothers. Yeah. All of us, man. I support anybody who does this and is a professional, man. And thank you, brother, for being on this road with us, man. Thank you for being on the show tonight.
Thank you for having me.
I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of comments below. Can we have you on for part 2 in the future? Years from now? Few years. The challenge is You know what? I got a challenge to you. I'll bring you back on Shop Talk when you got 2 texts. How's that? When you get 2 texts, I'll bring you back on Shop Talk.
I can
Sound fair?
I can see that. I can see that in about 2 years.
Speak it into existence.
That's my
For
goal.
everybody else, man, this watching tonight, thank you. Again, this is Shop Talk. This is off the clock text. Oh, I'm sorry, off the clock text, the talk tech talk. Thank you for being part of the network. Love, peace, and harmony. Thank you for my guest tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Please hit the subscribe button. Again, at 21 years old, what it is to put your life out there, guys. Please show my guest support. As a matter of fact, don't show me no support. Show it all to him tonight. This is our future, y'all. This is the next generation. All the guys after me and all the brothers that I named tonight, our age, this is what's out there. Let's leave the blueprint for them. Let's show them support. Until then, thank you for being part of Shop Talk. Thank you for being part of TMM Appliance Network. Love, peace, and harmony. Brother Dre, thank you, bro.
Thank you, man.
All right, y'all know the vibes, man. Y'all have a good night. Thank you, everybody. Take care.